What's up vlog? I am currently in Russia at my mom's place. I decided to do like a week in a life being in Russia. I'm originally from here and I moved to US when I was 20 years old. That was like 8 years ago. And now I'm visiting, and actually I'm visiting first time in the summer. The main reason to come to Russia this summer was actually my brother's wedding, and we're doing another trip tomorrow. We're going to visit my grandma, my cousin, and right now I'm getting ready to go to my brother's and his wife and now dinner. We're gonna celebrate their wedding in a week, but today they went to court and did the marriage certificate, so we're gonna go for dinner and celebrate it and have like a fun night tonight. So I'll bring you guys with. I just met the bride and the groom. Здрасте. This is the most delicious lemonade I've ever tried. It's grapefruit and strawberry. Should we do cheers? Happy marriage! Woo! I've never tried a grapefruit lemonade before. So good.
Я удивлен, что чили.
So good. We just got out and walking for a bit. Look how beautiful this is. So we decided to go like a little bar hopping because this street has like a bunch of cute bars, and these guys right here, newlyweds, wanna celebrate and go to little bars. So they're gonna show me a couple of bars in the city. Oh my god! That bike just ran almost through me. Look how shiny my sandals are. So shiny! А чё ты не продолжаешь? A quote right there, it says, now you can fuck each other, so kiss! Ah! Let's go to another bar! It's right there. Guys, this bar is something else! I love this! This is like 90s music. Лизочка, мой слётка, мой sweetie pie, my sweetie pie. She's already sleeping, and so should I. So, good night. We are off to bed. We are all packed up for a road trip, and we're gonna go visit grandma. Our car is almost here. Guys, the driver came on this little Russian car. It's so little and it's made in Russia. It's cute. We are packing up our things right now. Are you guys ready for the road trip? Da. Da. Here's the way. It's raining. So beautiful. I love that it's raining. Probably it's not the best for the road, but it's such a vibe. So we just stopped Matryoshka Traktir. Let's go check it out. You guys, look how cute it's here. So cute! Aww. You guys, you see these? When I was a kid, some kids threw this in a teacher's hair and she had this all over her head. I felt so bad. But this thing can stick to anywhere, like look. It sticked, that's it. This thing can be stick to anywhere. We just stopped to get some wild berries. Woo! You guys. Oh no! It's called Chernika in Russian. We just stopped at a gas station and these are ice creams. And you guys, this one is so good. And they're all like 40 cents. Good.
Я же понимаю, у вас это туристическая поездка. Да, это туристический. Тем более с нами тут корреспондент.
Классно!
Партички вот такие.
Look at this car. It's another like Russian old car. Also, same company as our car that we drove, but this one is really old. So we're going to the restroom and this is the only way to go. He's so cute! He's so cute! Oh, we just arrived into this little city. They have like so much flowers here. Oh, this is my grandma. She's so cute.
Дай Бог, кого я любила, по морозу босиком к милому ходила.
This soup is called окрошка. I'm so excited. My grandma made it. Идеально.
Это ее ловит и там потом продает она их.
Она продает, да, ловит и продает.
Мама. Да как быстро-то.
А, вот она, эта фотография.
Это, знаете кто? Вот мама моя.
Guys, this photo is 100 years old. There's my grandparents there. Oh my gosh, this is my mom and my dad when they got married. This is so cute. And this is my grandma and this is my grandpa. And this is me and my brother when we were babies. This is so cute.
Окей.
I just did my grandma's makeup. She looks so cute. I love it. Oh, it felt so special to do her makeup. She doesn't speak English, so. Бабушка такая красивая. I love you.
I love you.
Me and my mom are walking to this like little market in this little town. It's like a lot of farms around here, so you can see a lot of homemade things or berries that people go collect in the forest and go sell there. So that's what I'm hunting for. You know me, I love my wild berries from Russia. So I hope I'll find some cool stuff and I'll show you guys. Real Russian farmers market. Wow, all these like leaves, milk.
Возьмем, может, баночку, Лен?
Давай.
Этих ягод.
We just got this made sour cream. So good. Oh, nice. Guys, look at all these Russian candies. I'm gonna grab some for gifts. They look so good. Look how beautiful it is here. Our little haul from the farmer's market here in Middletown. First thing first is the bread. It's fresh from the bakery. Oh my gosh, it smells so good! Oh my gosh, when I was a kid and my grandma used to send me to buy one, I would come home with half eaten because it's so good. Next thing is the cherry sour cream pie. Oh, you guys, it looks so good! Oh my gosh, I can't wait to have tea with this. We got this melon. Oh my gosh, it smells so good too. And then I got this halwa, and this is a Russian halwa. And of course I got a bunch of candies for like my friends. It's all Russian candies. And we got some berries, of course. You can see it here, but you know, my wild berries I have to get in. And homemade sour cream. That's pretty much it. This is literal heaven. If you try this, you just gonna go to heaven. That's it. This grows in a forest and it's the most delicious thing ever. It's like a wild strawberry, but like the strawberry taste is super sweet, super delicious, and it's not like regular strawberry taste at all. Like it's just it tastes like heaven. That's like the only description I can give you guys. Just like heaven. I'm gonna miss this the most. I made this when I was a kid. Or like my first modeling photos that I did in Russia. And my grandma's still keeping them. This is my mom. And that's me. So cute. I'm back to Ekaterinburg. I'm getting ice matcha right now here. And I just paid for it and look at the money they gave me. It's like a 5 rubles. I've never seen this before. This is like new. It looks so cool. Anyway, after this I'm going to do like a test makeup on my brother's bride for the wedding, and I'm excited. It's gonna be beautiful. I just practiced makeup on her for the wedding. She loves it, and now we're gonna go run some errands because these guys are leaving tomorrow to prepare for the wedding. So I'm just joining them for like a little errands trip. So cool. They're picking up some film for a camera they're gonna use in the wedding. Смотри, можно selfie. So we are doing a little shopping. Look how cool all this. So it's kind of like our Nordstrom or Macy's, but all these brands are local. Why is this guy traveling around of this beauty store? Russia is like in a whole new level, you guys. This is next level. So she is sewing her own dress and we came to pick up some extra fabric. I'm so excited to see what she comes with. You guys, I'm browsing in the stores in the mall, and the store used to be Zara and now it's Zarina. It actually looks pretty good. Sweet baby. Can you guys believe that she's 23 years old? She's a grandma. I had her since I was 7 years old. She's so sweet. Oh, who's my cutie boy? I went to this place. I got this matcha and poppy seed eclair. It looks so good. And matcha is with coconut milk. The perks of your mom being an esthetician are insane. Because my mom just did my nails. They're so cute. And now we're gonna do some lashes. I am so excited. Guys, my mom just did my lashes. It looks so cute. Look at her. Thank you, mommy. So pretty. No one does lashes like her. So pretty. They're gonna build a screen all along the street. It's gonna look so cool. I can't wait to see that. Of course, I just got my favorite matcha, and this mall is so cute. It was never here when I left Russia 8 years ago. This is brand new. Actually, you guys, this is so hard to pay with cash here because Russia is like high tech and everything is like online. So I'm having like really hard time paying cash here. This lady, she makes all these, like, look at this. This is a Russian churashka. I want to buy this for my kids. This is so cute. Just look at all these guys. She knitted them all by hand. And you can hang it on the keys. How cute. Look at this work. This is insane. This is my second time securing the bag from Old Apple. It is my favorite cosmetic store. Also, they have so many like brands that we don't have in America. And now I'm walking home and I'm gonna go to a massage and then I'm going to meet my friends for some hookah. Because look how cute this chocolate. I'm so happy. I can't wait to put it on my keys and always remember my trip to Russia. I'm so excited for this right now. Beautiful tea after massage is so good. So I went to the grocery store and look how much food they have, like ready food. You don't need to go to a restaurant, you can just pick it up from a grocery store. They literally have everything you want. Everything cooked and ready to go. It's insane. So good. And over there, they have salads. All this is salads. It's insane. The bakery section, and look at all these cakes. Are you kidding me? I want all of them and at once. Okay, they don't end. This is just a grocery store. How is this? I got ready real quick and running to go with friends. It's so beautiful. Can you believe it? It's 9 p.m. It's 9 p.m. and it's this light. Like, look at that beautiful sunset. It's 9 p.m. I'm gonna sit on the roof. This is so cool. We're gonna smoke hookah on the roof. We are here smoking hookah. Look what my friends got me. They brought me berries from their garden. This is so cute. Look, these have leaves. What? These are so good. Wait, let me have it right now. Thank you. Thank you guys. It's the best part in Russia is waking up to this. My sweet Lisa. She's really old, baby. But she's still just a baby. I'm gonna miss her so much. My apartment got no hot water today. And I'm leaving to my brother's wedding today. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get a blowout and then cut. Excuse me, truck. It's beautiful out. I chopped my bangs a little bit. I'm gonna go to a really beautiful spot here in Yekaterinburg that I haven't gone yet, and I'm really excited to go because I used to love going there for a walk, and I'm gonna go there with my mom, take some pics. So yeah. This restaurant has so much good food. I don't know what to choose. And it's so nice outside. You guys, I ordered shashlik. It's like meat on the grill. So good, and like a salad. How beautiful my city is. We're going to go take some pictures. This is literally in downtown. I am falling in love with my city all over again. Look how beautiful. beautiful. These people are having so much fun. I spent my teenage years here. I used to walk here with my friends, ride a bike. This place brings so much memories. It's so nice here. How beautiful the still fountain, this building, and more. And then there's like a little park here. So nice. I found this car. This is like one of the first cars in Russia. They're so old, and yeah, I think they call it kopeyka, which means like a cent, like 1 cent or a penny. It does look like a penny. But you guys, this is old school, so that's cool. You guys, I found out that this Chinese place has like an iced tea, so I'm giving it a try. I hope that I like it. I risked it and it's so good. It's like a green sencha tea with mango and lemongrass, and it's so good. I can't believe I found out about this like kind of late. Like I'm leaving soon and I just found out about it. It's really good. This is Lisa. This is my childhood baby Lisa. I was 7 years old when we got her. Now she's 23 years old. She's so sweet. Can you guys believe that she's 23? She's the cutest thing ever. I think I'm going to end this vlog because we are going to the train station and we're gonna leave this munchkin for a couple of days alone. But she has a neighbor coming feeding her, so she won't be completely alone. But I'm going to the wedding on a train and it's gonna be fun, so I think I'm going to record another video there, so stay tuned. See you in that video.